Hey friend, lean in for a moment. I want to talk to you about something most people just never realize, not until it's already taken root in their mind. There's a kind of control happening in this world that doesn't need chains, walls, or threats. It works in silence. It works through words, emotions, and assumptions. It works through exhaustion, distraction, and fear. And the most dangerous thing about it is that the people under its influence often think they're the ones making the choices. Today, I want to show you how that spell works, and more importantly, I want to help you break it. This is your introduction to Mind Control 101. The dark psychology they absolutely do not want you to understand. But after this conversation, you'll never see the world or yourself the same. Let me tell you the first truth people don't like to hear. Mind control isn't science fiction. It's psychology. It's repetition. It's emotion. It's influence. It's suggestion. The moment someone can influence what you fear, what you desire, what you doubt, and what you believe, they don't need force. They just need your attention. Because attention is the gateway to the subconscious. That's why every manipulator, whether it's a person, a system, a political group, a religious institution, or even a marketing campaign, uses the same strategy. Get inside your mind without you realizing it. And once your focus is captured, your thinking starts to shift without you ever consciously agreeing to it. That's the foundation of dark psychology. Control that doesn't look like control. Let me explain something most people never learn. Your emotional brain, the limbic system, reacts 5 times faster than your logic center, which means if someone can trigger your emotions, your logic arrives late to the scene, like a detective showing up after the damage is already done. Here's how emotional hijacking works. Fear narrows your thinking. You become easier to guide. Not because you're weak, but because the brain goes into survival mode. Anger creates tunnel vision. You stop questioning the source and focus only on the target they gave you. Shame collapses your identity. You become suggestible and dependent. Hope can be manipulated too. False promises activate dopamine, making you loyal to the very person or system causing harm. And this is why manipulators don't argue facts. They provoke feelings. Because if you're emotional, you're compliant. This is the heart of mind control. Hijack the emotion, override the logic. Words are the oldest technology of control. Not weapons, not force, not rules. Words. There are 3 linguistic weapons every manipulator uses. Number 1, ambiguity. They speak in ways that let them deny responsibility later. If you were really loyal, if you were a good person, real believers do X. Only bad people question this. Vague words create mental cages. Number 2, presuppositions. These are statements that contain hidden assumptions. You know deep down you're the problem in this relationship. You know they're out to get us. You should already understand this. Your brain processes the implied message without realizing you never agreed to it. Number 3, repetition. The brain mistakes repetition for truth. Every dictator, cult, and propaganda machine relies on this one principle. Say it enough times, and people stop checking for accuracy. This is where the spell takes root, in the subconscious, through language. The deepest level of mind control, however, isn't emotional and it isn't linguistic. It's identity-based. This is the level where someone convinces you who you are, what you deserve, how the world works, what's possible for you, and what people like you should believe. When someone gets inside your identity, they're no longer controlling your actions, They're controlling your self-concept. That's why people stay in abusive relationships. That's why followers defend harmful leaders. That's why people will fight for systems that harm them. Because once identity is hijacked, the cage doesn't need a lock. You become your own warden. Not because you're weak, but because no one ever taught you what I'm about to teach you next. You cannot stop manipulation by fighting the manipulator. You stop it by reclaiming your mind. Let me show you the 3 steps. Step 1, awareness. The moment you see the tactic, it loses 70% of its power. You can't hypnotize someone who knows they're being hypnotized. Step 2, emotional decoupling. When emotion is high, awareness is low. Breathe. Pause. Create space between stimulus and response. This one move breaks 90% of emotional control. Step 3, identity restoration. This is where sovereignty begins. Ask yourself, who am I really? What do I believe? What do I value? What do I want for my life? Who benefits if I stay small? And who suffers if I awaken? Control collapses the moment you remember your own identity. The moment you reclaim yourself from the voices of systems, doctrines, and narratives that were never yours to begin with. Because the truth is, the most powerful mind in your life has always been your own. Friend, you were never meant to walk through life asleep. You were never meant to be manipulated, controlled, shamed, or steered by fear. You were born with a mind capable of critical thinking, emotional clarity, intuition, perception, self-command, and limitless sovereignty. And everything you've been through, every lie, every manipulation, every psychological bruise has not weakened you. It's prepared you. You're awake now. You're aware. You see the patterns. And once a mind awakens, it does not go back to sleep. So let this be the moment you reclaim your focus, your agency, your identity, your power, your selfhood, and your freedom. This is Mind Control 101. This is the truth they never wanted you to understand, and this is only the beginning. Because once you see the dark psychology behind the curtain, you start becoming the kind of person who cannot be controlled by anyone ever again. Take this with you. Rewatch it whenever you need to. Remember who you are. And when you're ready, we'll go deeper. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.